Matt Brown here, and I'll be talking to you about People First Language. The CDC defines People First Language as a way to communicate appropriately and respectfully with and about an individual with a disability. So to kind of break that down a little bit and dig a little deeper, what People First Language does is it emphasizes the person before the disability. So every time you use this, it would start off with a person who has, or a person with. So some common examples of language mistakes I've seen in our school and just throughout my career, talking about, using the words disabled person, handicapped parking, handicapped/disabled, using the word like having fits when describing a seizure, calling a student autistic, a special education student or a SPED student, birth defect, normal kid, and mentally retarded. So instead of using those words, what should we use instead? Well, if we're using People First Language, we want to use people rather than label it by their identity. So instead of saying handicapped/disabled, we could say a person or people with disabilities. Instead of saying epileptic, we could say a person with epilepsy or seizure disorder. Instead of using having fits when describing a student having a seizure, just call it what it is. It is a seizure. It is not a fit. Disabled person, people or person with a disability. Handicap parking, you could just rephrase that as accessible parking. Calling someone autistic, they have autism. A SPED student, they receive special education services. Instead of saying birth defect, you could say congenital disability. And number 9, a normal kid, you could replace that with student without disabilities. And I saved this one for its own slide because I feel like this one is misused more commonly than anything else I've experienced, at least to my knowledge, using the term mentally retarded or just retarded in general. Okay, the American public has decided this term to be an insult or a slur, along with other terms such as spaz, moron, idiot, crazy. And as adults, we need to use students that have a cognitive disability or diagnosis. A common slur that is used with adults and especially students, we hear it all the time with students, and it is a phrase, again, a slur and an insult that inflicts serious damage upon other people. Okay, to sum this up, first person language talks about the person before the disability. Having a disability is a natural characteristic of being human. In fact, 1 in 5 Americans have the disability. People first language helps eliminate old, hurtful descriptors. Take the time to recognize the danger in using disability-related insults. If we crack down on religious, cultural, and ethnicity, related insults, why wouldn't we crack down on disability-related insults as well? Spend less time talking about the problems of a student, instead discuss the needs of that student. And right here I have included a link for you, the People First Language Pledge. If you click on the link, it'll take you to here. Basically, by signing this and reading through it, it's just saying that you are going to pledge not to use the R word or terms like idiot, imbecile, moron, psycho, lame, sped kid, special needs, and other disability labels that are used as insults or that may be hurtful. And I will treat others the way I would want to be treated. So if you would please read through all of this and sign the pledge, we can start making our school a little bit more positive, and we can start making it more inclusive for all of our students. Okay? And here are my resources if you want to take a look at them. Thank you for your time, and we will talk to you later.